Hello, welcome back. I'm Nate.
I'm Mikey.
We're here to help you
improve your
balance. So today we're going through the Stand Tall, Don't Fall book by Bill Case, and we're going to share with you the 6 best exercises that you can do for your legs at home.
Definitely, and so there's a few props this book uses a lot, so if you want some of these, you can go to our website. We'll have a link available, maybe somewhere in this area. All right, and so the first one is a resistance band. All right, so this is a nice long one. All right, it's non-attached, so you can grab both ends, all right, and put it in your feet or back and get a little resistance there. There's also a few light weights, so these are really good to have around the house for a lot of different exercises. You can help target those muscles and add resistance to the bones, all right? And then today we're going to use a nice heavy blanket, and we're going to use this as an ankle weight. So if you want some ankle weights or have those around, you can bring those too, but this is a nice sort of simple alternative.
All right, so if you're ready, let's get started. So go ahead and clear some space, and we'll begin. So if you want to have a chair handy too, just for some of our lunges and so forth, that's good as well. We're going to start with the wall squat. So this is a really good one because the wall helps you keep really good posture. So go ahead and clear a little wall space, and this is where you can add the either resistance band. So if you're having a TheraBand, what you'll do is put it under your feet, and this is where those looped ones don't really work. You need to have the long type. And then you'll just keep your back all the way against the wall, your head and shoulders, everything lined up. And as you lower down, you kind of choke down on the TheraBand so you get more resistance. And then when you stand up, you're going to have that extra resistance there from the TheraBand. So go ahead and do about 10 times. The other alternative is to use hand weights. And same thing, you just stand a little ways away from the wall, line up your back of the head, and then just slide down and slide back up. And keeping the chin tucked in just a little bit. Good. Just strengthen and hold a little bit. So about 5 to 10 seconds for each one. You can hold down and you'll really build strength in your legs the longer you hold. So aim for about 5 to 10 seconds before coming back up. All right, you should feel this in your thighs and your quads. Make sure you don't have any knee pain. All right, any knee pain you want to just immediately stop or reduce the pressure until the pain goes away.
And make sure your knees don't come past your ankles. That's really your stopping point. If you're ready to go down further, you can move your feet further from the wall. All right, but your knees shouldn't go past your ankles there. It would be nice and strong. So you can just hold this even, and so as you pull up on the TheraBand here, all right, or you can even do some curls, all right, that adds a little more resistance. So if you're starting to get tired, that's good. That's what we're going for. It doesn't take more than a minute or two, all right, to get a good workout next to the wall like this. Nice and simple.
Good. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
All right, so if you want to bring your chair forward, all right, or you can go next to a wall, we're just going to do a few basic hip movements. All right, so the first one, all right, we're just going to pick our knee up. So this is the hip flexion. All right, so we can alternate. The book recommends, again, holding this for about 5 seconds and then slowly releasing. If you want to add some balance to it, all right, you can remove your hand from the chair or the wall. All right, immediately you start to feel the lower leg muscles having to work. Good, holding it here. If you have your ankle weight, all right, you can go ahead and put that on. Or the reason we brought out this blanket, all right, you could just put it on top of the leg here, all right, just to add a little bit of resistance. All right, if you go all the way down, it'll probably fall off. So now we just get to work on that top bit of that motion with a little extra weight.
Yeah, and even if you want to add an extra element, if you're watching this for the second or third time, you can add hand weights. So just having a little extra weight that will kind of move you around, that's going to give you a little bit more of a challenge. You could also hold and then do arm curls, or you could even try creating some dynamic movement at the same time. So there's always a way you can make it more challenging if you like.
So let's switch sides if you're using just one leg at a time. So it's really nice if I put the blanket on and then rest my hand on it so it doesn't move. It also adds a little bit extra weight, and then my other hand's free to balance if I need it. All right, and then I can keep that weight in place as I slowly move it through my range of motion. So maybe just tapping your foot gently on the ground, bringing it up to just about 90 degrees.
Yeah.
If you hold it for that 5 seconds, all right, that's when you really start to notice the workout.
Yeah, some advanced alternatives is if you add, either with or without hand weights, add some arm movements above your head. That's going to throw your weight around a lot, and that's going to make your standing leg have to work a whole lot harder. Good, but do use any supports that you need. A little light touch goes a long way on a chair or wall. And make sure there's no pain, especially in your knees for this.
Good. And so just another minute or two there on each side. I'm going to shake those out. All right, so the next movement our hips can do is we're doing the opposite. Now we're going to, instead of picking the knees up, we're just going to pick the heels up. All right, so if you want to use your blanket again, all right, you can just put this on top of your lower leg. All right, immediately you'll notice a little bit of a difference there.
Yeah, and this is where ankle weights can really come in handy. So just adding 3, 4, 5 pounds to your ankles will add a whole lot of pressure to the hamstrings and help you build that strength a lot faster.
The nice part about this though is it doesn't let you relax all the way, right? Or the blanket will fall off, so it really keeps that muscle engaged, all right? So that prolonged use of the muscle, all right? Not just using it once and relaxing, but holding it there is really important for posture. All those postural muscles have very good endurance. They're working all day long, so we're just helping these big muscles, all right, keep up with the little ones.
Yeah, with the blanket too, you have to kind of work to not make it fall off. So there's also a little bit of a balancing element there too. So that can be a little bit of a fun challenge.
And switch sides here. And again, if you want to add, the light weights, all right, or you can find a way to use the TheraBand here. If you put a circular TheraBand around one ankle, all right, and then the other ankle, you can get a little bit of a extra resistance here as well. But hold that for about 5 seconds at the top position, slowly relax, and then back up for another 5 seconds.
Yeah, so the circular looped TheraBands, you would wrap it around both ankles, and that'll help provide a little extra pressure.
Good, standing nice and tall, working on that posture. All right, adding the balance aspect if you want, using your arms in a different way if you want. All right, trying to get the most out of each minute here.
Yeah, aiming for about 85% fatigue. So when you have your muscles get to about 80-85% fatigue, you're going to be building the strength. But if you get to 90, 95, 100% fatigue, that's when people get injured. They have to kind of numb out or push through their pain threshold, and that's when people get hurt.
If you take away the blanket or the whatever prop you're using, and just do a little bit of a standing cool down for that. All right, same with the knee flexions too. Good to shake it out.
Feels like you're flying after the weight resistance is gone.
All right, so last one here for the standing chair poses is we're going to work the outside of the hip, all right, with the abduction. So we're taking one ankle, bringing it out to the side, and again, we're going to hold it there and then slowly release. All right, so out to the side. Okay. Go.
Okay, one tip here, a lot of times I see people rotate their foot outward, and that's cheating, because what the tendency is to do that, because then your quads start working, and they're a lot stronger usually than the outer hip muscles, the abductors. So that's why you want to keep your toe parallel to the ground, or even slightly internally rotated. Okay, and that's going to make it a lot harder, but it's going to do the right thing. It's going to help open up and strengthen the outer hips. Start low and slow, and then you can always increase the pressure later. If it's your second, third time watching this, you can start to add elements and add more challenges.
And these aren't particularly strong muscles, all right, so you can alternate, all right, going side to side. Okay. If you need to bend either of your knees a little bit, that can take some of the pressure off.
And if for some reason this isn't hard enough for you, okay, you can add a looped TheraBand in between your feet, and this can all of a sudden make it a lot more challenging. So just having that little bit of resistance there that can really add up. And the more load you put on the muscles and the bones, the stronger and the more durable they become.
All right, you can add the balance aspect if you take away your extra support. All right, but again, it's really, you want to lean, all right? That makes it easier. Try to get a nice tall posture and just see where that hip gets to. You don't need to force it. All right, just work on tall posture. This is really important too, because this is one of the big muscle groups for our step strategy. All right, if we start to lose our balance and we have to take a step, or we want really strong hip muscles so we can get our foot out there and it's ready to support us.
Yeah, if you're done, I like to do a little tapping and just kind of loosen up those muscles. Sometimes they can be sore or they can cramp, especially if this is new for you. So shake them out, tap them, or release them if they're getting tight. All right, so the next one we're going to do is lunges. So go ahead and clear a little space, and it's okay to use a little bit of a balance support like a chair. And just take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And you're going to want to have your back foot about 45 degrees off to the side. So not completely off 90 degrees, and it's not 180 degrees, but about 45, so right in between. And just go ahead and lunge in and hold. And then come back up. All right, so just nice slow lunges.
And we're trying to keep that tall posture, right? So think of the hips going straight down instead of forward. We're not lunging, like leaning forward, all right? We're just going straight down, letting that front quadricep muscle hold us up.
Yeah, so make sure if you're too wide, if you're too far apart and you bend down, you're not going to have much room to work with. So you might want a little shorter stance than usual. Hold on, no, I did this wrong. So yeah, this is. I thought it was a static lunge, like a stretch, but this is.
But
the toes are actually pointing forward, and you want to bend.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's cut there and then rewind. So let's go back to
again. So we just transitioned. So we just got our stuff here.
Okay. So the lunges.
There's space.
So I'll just explain the lunge again.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. So just go ahead. I think you can kind of move into position, and I'll talk as we move in.
Okay.
It might be easier to start the lunge.
Because when you show it, you can show that you're actually stepping, all right, and then going straight down.
Okay.
Right. I think that's the function of it. You know, the further you step, the deeper you can go. All right, because it's it's the knee over ankle issue. Right. If you're short, there's no ankle flexibility to go down. All right. So you want to step forward a good amount and make sure your foot's nice and strong on the floor.
Okay.
And then try to sink straight down.
Okay. All right, so take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And for this one, you're going to want to line your hips up nice and square, and your back toes and your front toes are pointing in the same direction, forward. And once you've got a nice long stride, you can lower straight down and bend both knees. You want to check that your front knee is not going beyond your ankle, okay? And hold about 5 seconds and then come back up. So lower, and you don't have to touch the knee to the ground. You can hover and then come back up. So find a comfortable, safe distance to lunge, hold, feel that vibration, the fatigue, and then come back up. So go ahead and continue that a few more times. Okay.
We take away the base of support, adds that balance aspect, right, as you're on the back toes, right, you're on the toes in the back, right, so a little bit less solid base of support.
Yeah, and so the book says the muscles in the front of your hips are valuable for walking and picking up your feet, especially to prevent trips. So this is where, when this gets weak, people start shuffling and they start to get more prone to falls. All right, go ahead and switch sides. And again, you can shake it out or tap or just release any built-up tension there. Switch your feet now, the other side. And we'll do this 5 or 10 times on the other side. Line up your hips, bend your knee lower, hold. About 5 seconds and then come back up. And of course, if you want to add a little extra weight, holding hand weights will give you an extra challenge. And it's okay to keep adjusting your feet. If you need to kind of shuffle around a little bit and find a more comfortable stance, make sure you do that.
Just trying to go straight down. All right, not leaning forward, and keeping that the nice, tall, inline posture, and just sinking straight down.
It looks easy, but you're probably feeling this by now. Okay, one more time. Keep your torso nice and tall.
Keep breathing.
Alright, come on back.
Shake it out. Nice. Alright, so next one, so that was the forward lunge. Alright, you can do that a little bit more dynamically if you take a step, come down, alright, and back up. Alright, so use that as your next progression for that. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of a side lunge, and to me this is even more important. Alright, because again, we're getting used to stepping out wide and then slowly shifting our weight. Okay, we do this a lot in Tai Chi. Alright, you can use the base of support, alright, or have your hands free. We just want to slowly shift from side to side. And hold it, inhale, exhale, come to the other side there.
It's okay if your toes are pointed out just slightly. That's going to give your hips and knees a little bit more room to work with. And yeah, it's okay also if you're worried about tumbling backward, you can have a chair just ready to sit down on next to you or just behind you. Yep, and as always, add a couple hand weights if you want to make it a little more challenging.
Notice your posture again, alright, back nice and tall, head, chin tucked in, okay, and noticing that knee, alright, not letting it go past our toes, alright, but going slower will make it more challenging. So you don't have to go as deep into these, alright, but just nice and slow, we'll get a lot more out of it.
Yeah, you want to feel that fatigue building up. Little twitches and shakes and a little bit of vibration in the muscle. That means that it's really firing and it's activating a lot of those muscle fibers. That's going to help you build a lot of strength. A little quivering goes a long way. Alright.
Alright, good. So shake that out. Nice and simple, 6 easy exercises you can do anywhere. Alright.
Nice work today. So hopefully your legs are feeling good. If you want to do a little stretching afterward, we've got some stretching videos you can watch next if there's any sore spots. And we're really glad you joined us today. And go ahead and subscribe to our channel and you can see when the next videos are coming up. If you have any comments or questions, we will check on those. So feel free to interact with us. We'd love to hear back from you. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Nate.
I'm Mikey.
And until next time, stay balanced, my friends.